So that first thing I'm going to do is remove this right here. Then I'm going to take a screwdriver here and the one below, loosen this screw, and then just pull it off here. And I've got a 13 millimeter on it, and behind it that is a 17 millimeter on it. So we're going to loosen these. Okay, we got it super loose, and the best way is to pull it off from the front here. There we go. The alternator belt's off. You got to get the power steering belt off first. So this is a 13 millimeter there. It's 4 bolts. 13 millimeter there. And then we got over here. This is the one that puts it up and down. And then there's one beneath right there. If you notice, I didn't take any of them off. I just loosened them real good. That one. The one beneath. This one is the one that moves it up and down. And the back one. Pop it off. There it is. Wind it around. Wind the belt around the fan. And we'll do the other one. And we get them off. So the old one is really stretched out. Let's see if I can. You can see the size difference. Okay, we're removing the alternator. So we took the back bolt. Take the back nut off of that. That's the self-tightener. And then there is a bolt below. Okay, so we're underneath the car. There's the bolt below. So it's basically 2 bolts. The one on the top is the self-tightening, and the one below. And okay, so I got the bottom one out, and the self-tightening one right there. I've used a screwdriver, and I've pried it out. Is I took a screwdriver and stuck it right in here and popped that little self-tightening bolt screw out. And as you can see, it pulls up. Now just slide it out. And I gotta admit, AutoZone came through on this one, and it's under warranty. They exchanged it 2010. 2016 it went out again, and they exchanged it, and now here we are, 2019, December 2019, and it went out again, and yes, they exchanged it again. So this is my 4th one. Does, as you can see, it spins. The other one didn't spin because it got locked up. Had to get the pulley off. Had to get the dual. This is a dual pulley, and the fan, pulley and the fan off. And there's a washer in between and a washer below. You need an air gun, impact gun, ching, to get it off, like a tire shop or whatever. Put some DW40, and I had a pulley that pulled that off. Okay, so I'm under the car, and first thing I just did, I put in that bottom bolt, as you can see, in the alternator. Make sure it lined up. Wasn't too bad to get it in there and lined up. Didn't have to clock this. The way I got it in is I put the bottom one in first. Then I put the top, I slid the top one in, but I could not get this part into the self-tightener. As I released the bottom one right here, I was able to move it a little bit more, jiggle wiggle it, and I was able to get it into the self-tightener. I had a hammer and a screwdriver, just tap. What I had to do, I had to raise it actually a little bit by turning it, and then the bottom one could slide in all the way. And I've got it around the fan and the other pulley here, and I think the last one, I'm going to slide it around this. The bolt belt's on, and now it's just tightening up the pulley screw. Keep in mind the back one's still loose. Alright, so we got them on, they're tight. Then we're just going to tighten the back one with a 17 millimeter. Move it about a 1/2 inch to 1/4 inch. You could turn it, kind of seeing the teeth, so you don't want it super tight, but you want to first put the belt on. Then we're going to tighten up these 4 ones around there, just not totally tight. There's one there, one below, as you can see, one below, and there's one down here, and then that's the tensioner, the tightener belt, is that one. It raises it up. So okay, to finish up, just tighten everything up. Make sure it's on there. You can turn it just to see the teeth, would be good. You move it about 1/2 inch. Next thing to do, also remember to plug the alternator back in and rehook up the battery.